Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Welcome to our podcast in the copy room. I'm Michael. My co-host Lindsey and I are full-time teachers, and we just wanted to give you a little bit of info about our vision for this brand new podcast.
Yeah. So like my co-host Michael said, I'm Lindsey. I teach English, high school English, and I've been doing that for 21 years now, and I keep coming back.
And I'm Michael. I've been teaching for 10 years, almost as long as Lindsey. And I teach high school math, and we teach at the same school. We're so lucky.
So we know there are tons of podcasts out there for you to choose from, and lots of ways to spend your time. And so we wanted to just quickly talk about what makes us different than maybe some of those other teaching podcasts that are out there. And so we think the biggest thing that makes us special and interesting is that we are actually teachers in the trenches. We are in a classroom right now that we didn't borrow from someone else or stage in our home or something. This is where Michael taught all day.
That's right.
And so we're actually doing that job. And so we're just like you, and we feel like there's so much value to that. We know there's a lot of authors and researchers, and there's value to that as well. But we haven't heard the voices of teachers in classrooms the way that we want to hear them. And so we wanted to be here and do that, and to be honest and true about what's really happening in our classrooms. We have unruly students. All those things that we know that you're dealing with, we are dealing with them too. And so we want to hear from you. We want to talk about it together, and just really, really build that community and help teachers feel seen and heard and be that voice that we haven't been able to find yet.
I would love to hear about teachers in like a different state. Like if I could listen to teachers talk in like Maryland or something. I don't know, some random state. Maryland's still a state, right?
Yeah, I think they've
I think that'd be really cool. And so kind of the goals we have for the podcast are to create a platform where teachers can hear their issues talked about, like you said. Like, I feel like it's very validating to hear that other teachers are going through the same thing you are, and just kind of creating this community where we have a great community at our school, but we know that that's not the case for a lot of teachers. Even here at this school and at, other schools in the state, like there may be somebody who hasn't found that community yet. Mm-hmm. And Lindsey and I want to be that community for other teachers where they can say, oh, wow, it's not just my classroom where kids were talking nonstop the day before Thanksgiving and I cannot get them to stop talking. And so we want to have those conversations, and we want you to be a part of it. We want to be that community for everyone. So one thing that we're going to do on every episode is the why I teach moment. And I'm going to have Lindsey explain that. And then we're both, usually it's only one of us getting a why I teach moment. But for this very special episode trailer, an after school special of a double why I teach moment, usually only get one, but Lindsey's going to explain what that is. And
yeah. So one of the goals of this podcast, I think, too, is that we create that community because we want teachers to stay. We want them to be seen, and we want them to recognize the value in what they do. And so we want to take time every episode to just share one moment from maybe our week or from, even our past further back that has kept us in the game. Because I think if you don't keep your eye on the why,
that's good.
That's nice.
Did you just cover that right now? Wow, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that one a lot this show, I bet.
So if you don't keep your eye on the why, it's really hard to stay focused and stay in the classroom and feel energized, which we all know that we need to do. So we'll each, take turns sharing those moments and inviting our guests to share those moments with you to help you know why we're here and help you kind of seek those whys yourself. Should I go?
Yeah, do your moment.
All right, I'm going to go first. So mine's a little bit different than what a normal why I teach moment. But I had the opportunity yesterday through an organization that I've been working with this year to go and make phone calls to people teachers who were granted wishes. So the Fiesta Bowl Charities here in Arizona, they grant hundreds of wishes to teachers through their charitable arm, and they give teachers who apply $2,500 grants for their classrooms. And so teachers across the state apply for these, and it's really exciting when you get one. And so yesterday, because of the work that I've been doing with the Arizona Educational Foundation this last year, I was allowed to go call 2 teachers and tell them that their wish had been granted.
Wow.
And it was so fun to call these teachers and just say, hey, this is who I am. And I'm just calling from this organization, and I just want you to know that you get this money to do what you want in your classroom. And it's a cool grant because they say what they want, and then they, they're able to fulfill whatever that need is. And, it's a little bit different than maybe a Donors Choose. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty big grant for a teacher, $2,500, and they can kind of spend it how they see best for their kids, which I love because it honors them as professionals making those choices for their kids. And the teachers were so grateful. Like it was Halloween week. It's been rough, right?
Yeah.
The kids have so much candy in their pockets, and I only can stand so much candy to help me get through the day.
Yes.
You know, I start to feel sick. So
it doesn't make them feel sick though. It energizes them.
It just keeps them going. So one teacher just started crying, and she was like, "I'm so thankful. Thank you for doing this. Thank you so much." And it's not me. I just got to be the magic genie that called and granted their wish. And so for me, that Why I Teach moment really reminded me of just how grateful I am to be part of this profession and to have colleagues that took the time to fill out those things and to have wishes for their kids and to try to make their classrooms better and safer and happier and a better learning place for kids. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Will you go back another day to call the teachers who did not receive the grant?
Yeah, I think
because they'll probably cry too.
Yeah, just for different. They call them on Friday afternoon, when they can stop at the liquor store on the way home.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds really fun. I have a Why I Teach moment.
I'm ready for it.
So I have a student named Genesis, and we are recording this in early November.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you keeping score at home in Arizona, we start in August. So it's been 3 months, right? September, October. Yeah, 3 months. 3 months. Math teacher. So for 3 months, I have been working one-on-one with Genesis, hounding her to come in after school. She just has not put any effort forward, and she does not want to put any effort forward, and which I see a lot in the type of class that I teach. We'll talk about in later episodes. But today, actually, there's a really big breakthrough where, I'm telling you, it's like everything is like pulling teeth, like trying to get her to, take the notes, practice during the bell word, do all this stuff at the appropriate times. And today she was just so motivated. And so I talked to her about it, and I was like, "Hey, you seem like really motivated today. I'm really proud. Like what changed for you?" And she's like, "Well, I just decided to, I was thinking about what you said, and I decided to like set a goal for the end of November. Like I want to have my grade up to passing." And so it felt really good because like, I don't know what it was that I said, because I have said so many things since August. Like we've had so many sit downs, so many one-on-one conversations. And I think that there's, you run across kids who they just need that constant until it finally breaks through.
Something's going to click.
Because, a lot of them maybe they've had teachers who were not good in the past, or, most of them that kind of experience this thing have a kind of a rough home life. And so they may be kind of distrustful of adults or authority figures. And, but you just keep on hammering home and keep on, showing that you care about them. And, it sounds too corny, but it worked. Something worked.
Like in your classroom so many times. And, I've met Genesis. I was here for a few minutes after school yesterday, and I don't remember hearing inspirational words, but I remember you building that relationship with her and her feeling comfortable and safe here.
So today was big. Tune in next week where we figure out if it sticks. But we had a good day today, and better than we've had so far. And so I'm hoping that it sticks. And that is Why I Teach.
Why I Teach.
So that's the end of our trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to mention that we would like to do a segment on the show where if you have questions or comments or anything, you can email us and we can talk about them during the show. Feel free to email us at copyroompodcast@gmail.com. That is spelled exactly how you would imagine Copyroom Podcast is spelled, all one word, at gmail.com. And just, email us if you have a question about our teaching situation, where we teach, why we teach, what we do. Tell us what you do that's different than what we do, and we'd love to talk about it on the show. Yeah,
ideas for the show. We're excited for this, and we hope you're excited too.
Yeah, same.
All right. This is where the music plays.
Bye.
The outro.